Malaysia gets over, or at least tries to get over, her fear of the cops. Then Jackie tries to help her out with the PSA. Jennifer is still not taking accountability. Lord Jesus, we are talking about all of that coming up next.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz
begin. Hey. Hey.
Hey, girl.
Welcome back. When did this song come out? Like, remember Mace? Like, he went away and then came back.
92, I think.
You lying?
Dramatic.
Never 92.
I'm gonna guess like a good 98.
98. Okay. Hey guys, thank you for joining us tonight. I am LMarie, and I have the rest of the panel with me tonight.
Yes. It's your boy LMarie back in action, y'all.
Yes. What's up on this lovely Monday? I'm Kayla Renee.
And the one and only, the Tyler Tyson.
All right.
Yes, Tyler's filling in for Chels tonight. So, tonight, you guys, we have for you, like I said, we were talking about Malaysia, her getting over her fears of the police, Jackie helping her out with that, Jennifer with all her nonsense, and there's so much more to talk about. Overall thoughts, though, guys, what did you guys feel about this episode?
I think it was a good episode overall. I think it was a good. It was good CCC back in the game. She didn't give us much, but she gave us a body, so that was good enough.
You know, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, it was okay, but I'm still tired of these like storylines being so drawn out. Like, I'm ready for people to either reconcile or go separate ways.
It definitely was one of those, like, they need more storylines. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where Evelyn is. She's MIA, but...
Yeah. She was like in the beginning and then...
Not
She wasn't even there.
Yeah.
But you know, she really don't care for Jackie, so it's like she's not going to really show up to her events.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're cool, but I don't think she really cares for her. So it's like she doesn't do like anything that Jackie does. Yeah.
Kristen, little baby, is so cute.
She was so cute.
Oh, my God.
Kingsley.
And I don't care what y'all say. OG was serving a good old nasty wig today. Shells here. Matter of fact, she had the same hair as Shells.
Yeah, that's straight wig.
Yeah, it's like the straight bob she had. It was nice.
It didn't look a little like she needed to shake it out.
No, she did.
She shook it out already?
But no, she needed to shake it out.
It needed a good little...
But that's on her. It wasn't like it was a wig. That was on her.
Y'all a mess. She just needed a good little brush in her purse.
But that you should have if you're going to have that wig.
She still look busted to me.
Listen.
She looked busted at the PSA. She looked busted at the part. It's like, come on. When is she going to have a moment?
The wig was nice. Like I said, it's just... You should have that brush with you at all times, or that wide tooth comb with whatever you need, you know.
I'm tired of this updo bun that Kristen wear every day, though.
I was looking at that. I was thinking about you as I was watching it.
That woman is gorgeous. Like, she's like distractingly gorgeous.
Maybe it's her husband.
What's up?
Like keeping, you know what I mean? Like you can't be too fly out here in these streets.
Like you don't give her hair.
But she doesn't need she doesn't need anything. She needs no makeup really, or very light makeup.
She can have her hair down, but you know,
that's it. Like she can just wear her. She has hair like Evelyn, where she can just wet and go.
Yeah. I'm surprised she still got edges though, because like pulling your hair up all the time, like as a black woman, pulling your hair up all the time is bad. Like you're not supposed to do.
But I think she pulls up, and then she brushes and up.
That is true. It's not a tight ponytail. It's just a little.
It's very loose.
How?
I'm gonna leave that right there.
Oh my gosh! So I want
to peekaboo bangs.
I want to start off with. Did you just snort? I want to start off with Malaysia and her issues, because they're serious issues, but at the same time, I just feel a way about how it was shown. And so I just want to take a minute on that. I don't even want to be wrong.
Was I the only one that felt like she was over the top?
She's like a bad actress. It's like you want to feel like, I feel like it was sincere, but she comes across as like a D-list actress. Like, it's horrible.
Not the D-list.
No, I would disagree. I think that she came across it was a natural feeling. I think that she was very upset. And she had a full break. Wait a minute. These three gotta go. No, I feel like it was
real.
Reaction.
It was real, but it just came across like...
I feel like in the confessionals, it was more genuine than when they were actually filming. Yeah.
Well, of course, because it was afterwards. In the moment, I think that she was very upset.
Because I was just like, as soon as she saw... Okay.
First of all, I'm
trying to be sensitive about right. I'm trying to be sensitive about the situation, but it's like, okay, so to me though, it's like that's maybe like a production thing. Like, hey, let's get this officer for you to talk to.
You know, it was
the one that's like all over social media. Yeah, you know.
However, to play devil's advocate, I thought it was a little ironic that he's wearing like black and blue. Like they couldn't put him in any fly colors.
I didn't even notice that.
Like they couldn't put him in like a brighter, because you know, like when you see him and he's wearing the same police colors, he might not be in uniform, but it's the same color scheme. Like, come on now, y'all couldn't give him some green, a little salmon color, like something.
Not a salmon.
Honestly, I was wondering why like she was acting like that because he didn't have on a uniform. But I was trying to look when they did that shot of him on afar. I'm like, did he have a badge on? Like what triggered
her? Yeah,
I think she said in her confessional, she was just like, when I seen him, it wasn't like how he was dressed. It was just like I literally saw through him and saw him in a uniform.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, one, I can't really speak on it because I've never had that kind of happen to a family member of mine. But at the same time, I just felt like the theatrics was just over the top. Like, she was like crying, but like I didn't see her. Like I didn't see tears until like after the fact.
I seen tears, but to hear like more of the story is what drew me in because I didn't know that they also after they shot and killed one brother. They
I didn't even know he had a twin.
And it was like opposed to consoling him or having somebody come and console him, y'all.
Thought he was a threat.
Thought he was a threat again. That was.
And I do appreciate the conversation because, like, what she's expressing, I think, is a real, true experience. Like,
for sure.
I feel like anytime the police gets behind me, there's a little bit of anxiety. Like, everything can be good, but there's still a little bit of anxiety. So.
I'd rather see that particular realness in a reality show because it's a real moment opposed to her bickering or arguing. Now, I'm excited about her throwing this table. Let me state that. But it was good to see a genuine moment that is affecting her in her present life.
Yeah. And then like what the officer was saying, which is a big thing, and maybe this can help, maybe other officers will do that to start to be more involved in the community that you are policing. You know what I mean? Because for the most part, it's the same cops doing the same beat. Like, you know what I mean? You get to kind of know them. And I thought about, like, I'm from Chicago, grew up on the South Side, and I was like, okay, the officer I saw all the time, he was kind of cool. And it was like, oh, you see him and you would speak. Any other officer out there, I'd, get nervous. I would, you know what I mean? Things like that. So it is a difference when they start to do more in the community that they are policing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Build that trust.
You have to take, like, the police have to take the initiative to like knock down those.
And he said that too, because remember he explained like his story, and he was like, there was like 2 young kids or whatever that was like running, and I kind of like stopped and was like, well, let me go knock on the door, and then they pretty much was like, why? Like he asked why they ran, and he was like, I was scared or whatever, but he just pretty much like calmed them down, like there's no need to be scared, like I'm not that type of officer, like don't run if you haven't done anything bad, you know what I mean?
I love that. Educate our children. There's an officer. There's an officer in Atlanta. I can give him a shout out. Officer Eric King. In Atlanta, he is phenomenal with the community. He's another officer that believes like my community needs to know that I'm serving them, and I'm here to be amongst y'all. I'm one of y'all. I live here, but I also need to protect and serve. So I think that's dope that police officers take that initiative within their community.
And I don't think that takes anything away from the officer.
No,
you know what I mean. It's not like, oh, if you get too cool, then maybe they won't respect you. You're still a man with a gun or a woman with a gun, whoever. Like you're still a person with a gun. Like. You know what I mean? You have a little more power and authority over me, so I'm still going to and kind of have to respect that. So there's nothing wrong with trying to, break that barrier and get the people
help
to be
these
together.
children break the cycles. A lot of them they're not breaking the cycles because nobody's telling them what not to do. So to have an officer tell them, don't do this and don't do that is like really respectful.
The craziest part about it is that like the good cops, we don't ever shine light on them. You know what I mean? Or like society does not. Like, you know what I mean? We know about Officer Norman because of like, one, he did a huge proposal to his like fiance on Instagram, and then it was like just him doing like interactions with other kids ended up being on Instagram, but it's like all of the other good cops in any other neighborhood aren't even being like acknowledged, you know what I mean?
No, that's true.
And it's like we're pretty much putting all these like loser cops that have been killing all these people in the limelight. We're putting their names on the news and our posts on Instagram, you know what I mean?
Yeah, good point.
So,
but I think that's where Jackie comes in when she does the PSA, because that is good to like talk about it. Now, hopefully we saw a little bit of what they were saying, so hopefully it was a little bit more to it. Depth, and they actually touched on those subjects and those issues about the police and the community, but I guess she did it in good faith.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, so it's really just a question. 2 things about the PSA. 1, where was everyone else? Where was Shawnee? Where was Evelyn? Where was Tammy? And where was Jen? Because like all the names,
Evelyn.
Where are they? Where were they for this PSA?
That's true.
I don't know why I kind of assumed that they taped their section on a different day. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. 1, because we didn't even see the PSA, so it's like who knows who was really all in it.
Yeah.
And that's my second question.
Yeah, that's true.
I like the motivation behind the PSA, but how impactful is a PSA nowadays? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't even watch commercials. So where are we really going to see this PSA?
Social media.
Social media,
King and Moore did one on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I feel like that was. I cried after that PSA.
That was a good one.
So, but they
also played it on the show.
They also played. Get it right. You right, Tyler. They did. They played it around the show. So, and I feel like I don't know why they didn't play the PSA.
We thought like it was more
based
after, around the drama,
or posted on the social media page or something like that. Like I don't want to think that you're just doing it
for the show.
For the show. I would hope it's like
a great
for
idea.
real. Yeah, so
Let's hope
amazing.
not, y'all, because that'd be so unfortunate. Because that's such a
don't play
huge,
with the topic.
Yeah, like that's a huge cause.
Not when it's affecting our culture like this.
Yeah.
Come on, score another one for Jackie. Jackie's on the roll this season. Like, y'all notice she's real. She's been real kind of calm. She's doing stuff, bringing people together and changing lives. She's a Yala.
That's Doug, y'all. Doug telling her to get herself together.
You say Yala? Don't take her from 0 to 100.
I did that just for you.
Do not take her 0 to 100. Give her a little Sally Jesse Raphael. She put Ricky Lake, something like that. But I know Yala.
I think she's
Not
just
Ricky
above
Lake.
Ricky. She's still above Ricky.
Not Ricky Lake.
There's a lot of choices there.
Ricky Lake was more like Jerry. Like, hold on, that was more like relationship.
But speaking of choices, we got a lot of choices for our AfterBuzzers.
Yes. So, hey, AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows. From dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more, there is no network that works harder to serve our television fans. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that is tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, do not be, because those are optional. So hit that subscribe button now below for this channel and check out all of our AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. But for now, thank you for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV Talk.
Awesome. And if you guys are listening on iTunes, make sure that you rate us and give us those 5 stars.
We like the stars.
We live stars.
We love stars.
All right, let's move on to Shawnee and Tammy and their little lunch.
Their little Ponderosa.
Their Ponderosa. Jackie got everybody saying Ponderosa, and I'm over it.
I love that word.
Actually, my family in Orlando they've been saying Ponderosa for forever, so it's not Jackie. But anyway,
it's a southern
I thought
thing.
Ponderosa was a restaurant.
Get out of here. Bye.
I used to love Ponderosa.
Child.
Is that a restaurant?
It really was.
Yeah,
It was.
it was.
A restaurant.
Girl,
Where at?
anytime my family had a party, they ordered 100
When they had a what?
A party.
A 40.
100 Ponderosa wings. Ponderosa was that
This is
spot.
out here?
I don't know. I'm not from here. I'm from Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't know
Something
about
like
yeah.
that.
Maybe it is a
Where was
Midwest
this at?
thing.
Maybe it is a
And
Midwest.
South.
Okay.
Yeah. South too?
Yeah.
Are they showing Ponderosa?
Yeah, come on. Wait, what's Bonanza though? What is that?
I ain't never
I don't know.
That's
That's
probably
the
the
West
name.
Coast.
Maybe they own it together.
Yeah, maybe that's
That
the
must be
West Coast version.
thing. But it's the
Yes,
other one, the
Ponderosa.
Ponderosa.
Condom.
Thanks, Jeff, for that visual.
Thank you.
They butter biscuits.
What?
I was so happy to do that because, guys, I gotta say, huge Ponderosa fan.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Ponderosa.
I'm an Ohio boy, so
Yes,
Me too. I'm from Cleveland.
Yeah, so I'm like, look, our viewers aren't even know what we're talking about, y'all. So
They're like,
our
huh?
production got us this image of Ponderosa to let us know that this actually is indeed
It
a
exists.
restaurant.
It's a real
It
thing.
exists.
It's not fake news.
It is a real thing.
That's hilarious.
But so we have Tammy and Shawnee going to lunch. Of course, talking about Jennifer and her
Still
issues and
talking about
everything.
this situation.
But
Dragging it out.
Shawnee gave Tammy some good sound advice about her relationship,
Yes.
though. You know, basically stop playing with that man.
Yeah.
I said the same thing last week.
You did though.
I told y'all, like, I was like, Tammy need to stop playing with this man, and
He's turning out to be a stand-up dude. Like,
Yeah.
I think everybody was kind of, well, I know I was looking at him with the side eye a little bit when he first came into the picture.
I did.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now it's
So
like,
young
oh, no,
and
he's
everything.
yeah.
especially
I don't
like
know why
they-
y'all feeding into this.
What?
Y'all know exactly what they're doing.
Dragging
We'll
storyline.
see.
They're dragging that out so it leads into Tammy.
Her show.
Her own
Oh, the
spinoff
marriage.
reality
I mean, that was
show.
still
Yeah.
sound advice though.
Oh, what if I don't watch
I
Tammy's
don't think
show?
I'm gonna watch that.
I'm like, what if I don't
Yeah,
end
what
up
if I
watching
don't watch
Tammy's
it?
show? I just need to find out.
I need the drama.
Ain't nobody else
That's
gonna
what
want
I
her,
want.
so she better marry that man. Period.
You need to stop. Period.
Period. Who checking for Sammy Roman?
Who? Who said that?
At this age, you marry who you can. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done with y'all. I am done with y'all. All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
I just feel like she's like leading Reggie on though. It's like when, like at first, I'm like Tyler. At first, I was looking at him like he's a little younger. Maybe he has a motive. You know what I mean? He's an opportunist. Shut up, Tyler. But I'm like now it seems like he's really all about Tammy and like when she's going through her health crisis and stuff like that. So it's like, girl, you find a good man that's like who wants to stick by you. You better stick with him.
He don't care that you can't have kids no more. He's good.
You better.
He's good.
We don't even know if she can't have kids no more.
No,
She's still
but
trying.
She can't. I know she's over
I thought
trying.
she-
No,
Oh.
she's done.
She's done.
She's done.
Cause she had what 3 miscarriages?
Now I
God.
think as a woman, y'all probably understand her not wanting to be with him because that is something that he really wants. He wants children.
We talked about this.
Yeah. Oh, you mad?
They can adopt.
They can
They
adopt.
can adopt.
There's
But
so
I-
many unfortunate
I
children
don't
out
think
here in the
that-
world.
But I don't think she wants to backtrack. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Okay,
think she
yeah,
wants
to
to go
start
back
over
to
and
start
pretty
over.
much
We did.
raising
Yeah, we did
child.
say
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, starting from.
Yeah, starting from.
Well, then I feel like if
Cause
you
she
don't
done.
want that, then that can't be your fear of not being able to give that to him. If you don't, you're not saying it. She's not coming across like, oh, I can't give him this because of like naturally I can't do it. Instead of saying like I don't want to give him this, you know what I mean? She's
still on the
acting like
fence.
she can't
Yeah.
give it instead of not wanting to give it. Like stay true in your feelings. If you don't want to raise this child and start over, say that.
48.
Just about, yeah. She's
About
almost
40.
50. Yeah.
But see, even if you don't want to start over, go adopt a kid that's like 13, 14, 15, whatever.
But I think
Or
he
10
probably
maybe.
wants. He probably wants.
You know, everybody
does
wants
wanna
to
have
see
that
you wanna see
experience.
Let that man
yourself
go
in
then, sis.
Yeah.
Don't hold him back.
That's
But even
it.
with that, like, and I know I say that a lot because I feel like I'm open to adoption, whichever way my life goes. And I know a lot of people always say that, like, I want to see you in something else, and I agree, you know, with that. And like maybe down the line my mind would change, but I'm also in a place of like, yeah, I mean, I get it,
Life just don't
but
work
life
like that.
doesn't work that way.
Exactly.
And there are all these little beautiful babies that
Absolutely.
you know could use me, you know what I mean, or need me, and I need them, you know,
God's
if
plan.
it were to be that situation. So I think people should be a little more open-minded to that, not just to be like, oh, because it's my seed, my genetics.
I don't think this is her season to have a child.
I
I don't think
so
she's ripping and running. She has so many great things going on. She's been waiting for this pretty much this moment her entire career. You
Since
know,
Real World.
Before Real World. Actually, she was on what show did I say last week? She was on
Vandal. No, I was like Vanderpump.
it was like an old show, like a 1992.
Wasn't it like
show.
Married with Children?
Married
Yeah,
with, she was on
Married
Married
with
with Children before she got on Real World.
Okay.
So she's been trying to have this career for so long, and it's
now it's
finally
popping.
popping.
She did the Steve Harvey show after that too.
Yeah, so she's been doing so much.
I kind of feel like you a little bit in the sense that I just don't think Tammy I don't know where she wants to go in her personal life, but I don't think she wants to be married. I don't know if you know how like once you get your fine and you're sexy and your groove, you kind of want to test the waters and like you want to be able to play. Okay,
probably how she
I
is.
want chocolate today, and then tomorrow I want caramel, and then, you know maybe I don't
Yes,
know. But then I'm
I'm
like
here
you
for that.
also. It's like where's she going? Who's checking for Tammy?
you ain't gonna get all that caramel and lemonade and all
Not the
other things.
lemonade.
What's the ice cream? What's the ice cream called? Neapolitan?
You know what? All three
All
different
three in
flavors.
one box.
All
In
trio.
one
I was
container.
going to scoop all three.
I plead the fifth.
Not on the Neapolitan. Hold on. How you pleading the fifth on Neapolitan? Tyler got secrets, child. Look,
All right.
Tyler, we so happy. We so happy to have you.
But see, I just feel like, I don't know, as far as Tammy, it's just like, don't draw it out, sis. Like, if that's not what you want, I feel like you should express that. So it's like, he's still young, you know what I mean? So he can kind of go out there and find that. I was like what we talked about with Jeannie Mai and her husband. It was like, she felt it in her heart that it wasn't her time to have kids and she no longer wanted them. So it was like, she had to let her man go. That takes a lot, you know what I mean? And they were married. So it
I'm
was
sure
like,
he
they're not
was
even
happy
married.
to leave. That woman
You know
gets under my
what?
skin.
We're not even going to talk
Yeah,
about
well,
that. But
he
yeah,
got somebody pregnant like in 9 months.
Immediately.
Yeah.
He had no
he was
problem.
cheating, but it's all right.
I think that for Tammy and maybe Reggie is like maybe Reggie won't let go. Maybe Reggie is the one.
Men
that's
do
like-
be like that.
He seemed like that type. Like
And
maybe
what does he
won't let go.
do? Do we know what he
If I
does?
can't have you, nobody can. Like,
Oh,
I mean, I did like we don't know it. Reggie like behind closed doors.
You went into that
y'all.
character real quick.
Right, real quick.
That was a
You said that before.
Convincing. I was like, oh,
You said that before.
Nah, look at me. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. I'll let you go, child.
really? Make sure you go when you leave. Like,
Yeah, all of
Reggie
that.
owns. I think he owns some trucking companies in Houston.
oh, we did figure that out.
Yeah, he's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So he's not an
making his own-
opportunist.
You're right. Right. I was like, so he's got his own.
But he don't
point.
seem like, cause he not like jumping in front of the camera or anything like that. Like he very much so like.
Lay it back and
True.
chill.
Like
well,
that
he's probably
Taylor
not trying to
Swift.
get his own shine, but he's trying to, you know, he's still benefiting from the money.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I'm
all
saying?
that, yeah.
You know, Shawnee said something at this lunch, and that she was like, I'm no longer gonna, I think it was in her confessional, she was like, I'm no longer gonna be in the middle between Evelyn and Tammy. What does that mean? Because she's still doing the same stuff she was doing before. You still meet up with Tammy when you feel like it,
I
and
think
you
she
still.
said Jen, right? I feel like she doesn't.
I think I was like,
She
I
said-
don't know.
I thought she said- I thought she said Evelyn and Tammy.
Yeah.
I thought she
I
said Jen and
she
Tammy.
said Jen.
Okay.
Because I mean, like, she's been in the middle with
Right,
Evelyn
and
Because
and
it
it's
just
like
seemed
no
like,
way
I
around
feel like
that.
she's always going to be in the middle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
in my mind. When
always.
she said it, I was like, well, even if it is Jen,
Yeah.
no matter who it is, as long as you have them on this show,
Yeah.
you're always going to be in the middle.
I think her
True, but
definition. I think her definition is probably more so like any drama that they have, I'm not gonna have my opinions in it, or I'm not gonna have any type of say so. Like, because it's like she's still taking lunches with Evelyn and then doing dinner
Right.
with Tammy. You know what I mean? So it's like she's still gonna be down the middle.
But
I think,
then
as
when
far
they
as, like,
crack
her
on each
drama.
other, she's still like, you know what I mean? Like, because
She's still kikiing,
Evelyn,
but-
Evelyn, the one scene she was in, Evelyn said something about Tammy's
Some
weight.
Fucci. Oh no, she
yeah, the
said the
Fucci,
outfit.
yeah.
She
Yeah.
was like,
The
"This some
Fucci.
Fucci, some
Yeah.
fake Gucci that Tammy was
And it was
wearing." I
hilarious when
like,
she
"Ooh."
said
It was funny,
But
but then Shawnee didn't stay on it. She was like, "Oh,
yeah, she
okay,
did.
moving
You're right.
on," and she kind of changed the subject. So I think,
Can you
it's
be-
hard.
Would
when
you be in the
like,
middle between friends?
I
Like,
have been, so it's like it's
never fun.
hard. It's not
It's
fun at
never fun.
all. Luckily, my friends got back together, so I didn't have to live that life long. But it's tough.
It is.
And then they're upset with each other, so they're gonna have to throw jabs. And what do? You just kind of like, you know, you can't entertain it, and you can't joke back. You joke back, then
you're
yeah,
siding.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
Speaking of sides, Kristen doesn't know whose side she wants to be on.
Ugh,
I love her.
that's so
You
Kristen.
love
I
her.
love her, and I think it's more so her look. I think like
That's what it is.
You get mesmerized by
infatuation,
by
yeah.
her beauty,
She's
and
very
you forget
pretty.
whatever they're talking about. There were
We
so
don't.
many times I was just like,
Kayla and
wait,
I like,
rewind. What are they talking
not
about
here
again?
for
it.
That
Her-
woman, she's
I mean,
Her
I get
bun
it, but
is
it's
like-
like,
her
I'm like,
bun
yeah.
ain't stable. That's the only thing.
you say her what?
Her bun ain't stable.
Neither is she.
Right? Ain't she? Her bun or
Well,
her
that's because you know if it falls, she can just put it right back up.
can.
True. But
She
you know
got
what
that
made
good
me upset? What
Can't
made
argue
me
that.
upset with her on this episode was like, okay, so Cece came back. We saw Cece. Hey, girl, hey.
Forgot she was still a
so happy
cast
that
member.
she's back.
Why?
Because we just hadn't seen her. You know,
She
missed her a
finally
little
done
bit.
celebrating her birthday.
Right.
That went from 3 couples to 25
20
people.
And this lie she tried to say, oh, why
But
she
the
didn't
thing
get the
is,
invite?
see,
I threw,
Yeah,
I
both
threw
of
myself
them-
a birthday dinner.
Right, both of them upset me with that because
That
Cece, like we
irritates
said,
me
she can
about
never
it.
stand on her own. Like, just
Yeah.
I didn't invite you, Trick, because we weren't talking.
Exactly.
And then Kristen, like coming in, like, oh, so I didn't get an invite. You know, you weren't getting an invite, Trick, because we weren't talking.
Wasn't the party
But
2
no.
weeks ago? You knew you didn't get invited. So why are you
Like,
still
so why
bringing
you-
it
but
up
see, like,
3
why you being
lunches
messy?
later?
Like-
Kristen did that to shake it up because she knew
Definitely.
that Cece was gonna be all
Yeah.
frantic. Like, well, it was 3 couples, but then 20 people came.
was all their
I didn't even
birthday.
throw the party. On the
Then I
past
threw
3
for
episodes, the
myself.
last episode we seen, you said
said-
I'm throwing a party for myself.
She said it this episode.
And then it was
too.
all 20 people's birthday. She said it was everybody's birthday. It was everybody's birthday.
All these
I
lies.
mean, it was couples. Like, it went from a family thing, and then it turned out to be like 3 different
Who was that?
couples, and
Yeah.
it was like their wives.
The lies. Like,
Yeah,
come
these-
on now.
God.
No, but yeah, she was like, it was all the wives' birthdays, and we were all birthday twins, so we just decided to settle together, and then it turned out to be 25 other people showed up.
And it was their
And
It was a Leo season party.
We just
right?
went out for drinks and it just turned into a birthday. Like, come on.
No.
she should have just said that. Like, me and my
Yeah.
friends went out for
We went
drinks, and it
out,
ended up
yeah.
being 30 other
Or she could have
people.
just been honest and be like, we
could've
weren't
been
talking,
honest,
we
we
weren't
weren't
cool. I didn't
talking.
feel like dealing with you and your drama, so that's why you didn't get an invite.
I mean, she
Boom.
could have just hit her with the like,
What
oh,
was
we
so
cool?
hard about that?
Nothing.
Y'all,
What was so hard about
The
that?
only thing that made me super pissed off though was Cece in her confessional though. She was like, she knew like she wasn't
She
gonna
had
be
all this
invited.
mouth.
Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? She
she
said all
did.
of this like she knew she wasn't invited. But since you was at the table, like, I mean, your
I
invitation
don't-
got lost in the mail.
She
Like,
was very much so,
I hate that.
she was very much so a confessional bully.
definitely.
Yeah.
You can't say nothing in front of nobody. I'm overseas.
That's how Jen used to be.
Ooh, the tea, the shade.
He ain't lying.
We need to work
Okay.
on. Yeah, we need to get to Jen and her best friend
Roll
Kristen
on.
because Kristen wanted to start the beef at Jackie's. What was that? Whoa, was the
Her
party for the
PSA
PSA?
launch. Yeah, her PSA launch that we never seen.
Show. Oh my god.
There was a party for it and everything. We still ain't
And
seen
we
the
still ain't
PSA.
see it. Damn. Okay, that makes
Maybe
me
it'll
feel
be on
different about
next
it. But
episode.
okay,
Season
yeah.
finale.
But
The reunion
right,
It is Jackie Christie, y'all.
true.
next season.
But here comes Kristen. Here comes Kristen with the mess. Starting up with Shawnee. Like, can I just, what's the difference
wanna
between
ask.
Tammy and Jen?
So I feel bad
They're
once
the
again.
same to me. Oh.
I feel bad for Kristen because it's like, as much as I feel like she should not have stuck, she should have just left it alone.
You feel bad for who?
I feel bad for Kristen.
Good night.
Because
Sorry.
because You said what?
It's late. Good night. Good night. Sorry, because no.
I feel bad for her because it's like she really did believe Jen had some receipts, and she really did believe that she really believed that Jen had something to like back all this stuff up, and it was going to be a game changer.
Yeah.
No.
Now she should have investigated a little bit more. She should have said, "Jen, let me see these receipts before she did anything." But she just knew. She told Malaysia, "Jen has receipts." Like she was
That's
ready
because Jen been talking about
Them
for 4
receipts.
episodes. She has receipts
on this crack phone.
on this crack phone.
this
So
crack
y'all
phone,
know how
that
iPhones
phone.
are set up. You can literally make a album or a folder with like your favorite pictures or your pictures of your boo or whatever. So I feel like I thought that Jen had a folder on her iPhone that said receipts.
Yeah.
So
You
she
would
could just
think.
go,
You would think?
bam, 222 click,
You would
boom,
think.
receipts. That scroll was about 30 minutes of scrolling.
Sis
Not
couldn't
only
get
that,
Sis
it
couldn't
was-
get into the
She
phone.
couldn't get in. What was it?
Sis didn't know the passcode.
But then-
Wait, what
Or maybe
was
it
this
was a
code
file.
again?
What day was it?
Is this service in here?
But then you ask the person you feuding with.
When was this
We
again?
beefing. What day was we
What
beefing?
day was it?
What day was that?
They should have just queued up the Jeopardy. They should have queued up Jeopardy while she was scrolling.
Tammy said March 26th. Well, my message just said the 27th. So
Stop it, right? Like while she's
this music.
I just
As we
What is
scroll
that?
along.
My phone stops at the 27th, so that's all I got.
I lost service. I don't know.
That was a new reality show. As Jen scrolls.
As Jen
Scrolls.
scrolls and scrolls
And she
and
still
scrolls and scrolls. But then did you see how she's quietly snuck the thing back?
right.
She
Like,
had nothing else to say
First.
after that. Like, all right, so I don't even know why we
Right.
still talking about this.
that's all she can say.
Tammy, you knew you was there, Tammy, when I told you about the messages.
You sound
Like,
just
you
like
started
her.
it.
Oh,
That was so frustrating.
Tammy was like, I only knew because you told me B word.
right. Womp womp.
Oh,
so over
Jennifer,
Jen.
I'm so
It's
over it
time
too. And like
now.
Tammy said, Tammy's like, you're not taking responsibility for what you're saying. Like, yes, I am. No. And like, then even Shawnee had to see, this is where we say, like, Shawnee wants to get out of this. She doesn't want to do the arguing.
She's
because
a mediator.
even then she was like, but Jen, like you
You got
started
it,
it. Like
right.
you started this rumor. Like understand that you started the rumor. Had there been no rumor, Tammy wouldn't have had to tell me anything.
Shawnee was even like, Jen, let's not go back here.
Right,
Like
yeah, like,
we
let's-
moved from
we've moved
this.
from
We
this
moved from
part.
this from first base to second base. Let's at least just stay at second base.
Shawnee had her mommy jeans on because she was looking like she was talking to her daughter for lying. Like, no, I'm gonna need for you to understand
The face she
that-
gave her.
Let me tell you. So I saw
Jen.
Jen at a restaurant a couple weeks ago, and
Stalking.
I wasn't. I was minding my business, having a good
She good
cocktail.
for restraining orders. You better watch out.
And she was sitting across me, and I wanted to go over
They
and
don't get
ask, but I was
accepted.
like, okay, I won't. I promise you, if I ever see her in the street, Jen, did you ever find those emails? Did you find it?
Restraining
Can you bring
order.
No,
I
I'm
can
not
crack code. You want me to help you with that?
I was about to be like, sis, you find your phone code yet? Did you get that?
Ain't nobody stalking her.
her.
I don't even think the stalker that she said was stalking her was stalking her.
Probably not.
Tim was not
Here we go
stalking.
again.
Tim was. I don't believe Tim was stalking her.
Jen got a lot of questions and need answers, okay?
Yeah. Because he had one on her as well.
As
So
well.
that's the problem. Like he was able to get it.
And
like
she seemed like she was like...
she had one on him too.
But I
His
mean,
was
he
had one on her
granted too. Was
Yeah,
hers
isn't
ever
that-
granted? Like, did they both have like?
Yeah, they
were
both had
granted?
one. Yeah,
Okay.
they both had one on each other. And then when they expired, neither one of them were able to get it renewed.
It's good to see Jen have a backbone, though, y'all. Y'all have to admit.
She had,
is
she
it
had a
though?
backbone.
Is that a background?
Right, I'm like,
is
is
that
it
what we
though?
calling that?
That's
She
what
can't
it is.
Y'all want to go
She's
back
still-
to 2007, 2008, Jen?
What's the difference?
We 10
I
years
don't-
later.
yeah,
She
I
still
don't
ain't
know.
really
Like
did
our
youth
much.
today.
She hasn't pulled the Evelyn. She ain't picked up no bottle and hopped across the table. She hasn't really cussed nobody out like Tammy. She ain't.
Yes, she
hasn't
did.
Not
she
really.
did. When
Nah.
Tammy
drunk.
was like, stop calling me out of my name. She's like, but you called me a bitch.
Yeah,
Right,
too.
see, it's like she's
that's
still.
not what we saying.
She's like, I got pepper spray in my
She
purse.
was
Like, man,
right,
come on
pepper
now.
spray.
Now she gonna find that.
And that almost sent Tammy off. I don't know if she heard it. Then we see Reggie like pushing
Yeah.
her because I was kind of like,
time to
I
go,
feel like
yeah.
that too, Tammy. Like, don't start the threats. We can argue all day. You start threats, I'm gonna turn into another
This is
person.
the
I just
thing.
feel like it's all a weapon though. Like, you know what I mean? It's like somebody pulling a gun on you. It's like, you
Yeah.
pull a gun on me, like, you better use it. Because it's like, don't be
Exactly.
playing
Because
with
it's about
weapons.
to
So
go
it's like,
down
if you
now.
pull your pepper spray out trying to be cute, sis, like, I hope you gonna use it.
I wonder
hope
if
you
it's a
got good aim.
bedazzle.
No, it was
It
just a
wasn't. It
little
was like
solid
pink.
pink.
It was a pink.
for
Okay.
Rite Aid.
Okay,
It was a
yeah.
nice little Rite Aid pink one that you get in the
I got
front.
my pepper spray.
My thing is, if you
I had
get
the same
caught,
one, so it's cool. I got mine at Rite Aid.
Right
too,
at
sis.
$2.99?
I think they were like $5. It was a little pricey.
it was a little coin. It was a little coin.
a little pricey.
If you get caught in your lie, like just just own up to your lie. Just be like, you know what? I messed up. I
This
lied.
ain't the show for that.
Oh.
This ain't the show for that.
But you can't just keep going with this lie because it gets. Thank you. It gets redundant.
But Kristen should have known. She knew in her head she messed up asking Shawnee about this whole. So I just want to ask.
What's the difference? I feel that they are the same. Girls.
I'd have been like, I feel you need to go home, but that's neither here nor there. But
Don't do
sis,
her
about
like
this
that.
PSA party.
You can
where
say,
my drink at?
you can say that to Cece. You can say that to OG. Is that her name? Mm-hmm. They can go home. But let's
No,
leave
Kristen
You know
can
what?
go too.
That's who Jen needs to team up with.
OG.
She need
Because they
OG.
both need friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like together they can clean house. You know what I'm saying?
And OG real manly, so it's like she can give Jen. She can give Jen some like pointers on how to be.
That's not what I was saying.
How to be a backbone, how to be tough.
I want to hear how they gonna clean house. Because it's still the same old Jen. She's still gonna lie. She's still not gonna have a backbone.
Okay, Jen is like the quarterback, so she get that ball. OG is like the running back, so she throw it to OG.
You know football?
I don't know anything about
I do
football,
know
y'all.
football.
Thank
Okay,
you.
continue. Continue. I'm listening.
Now I'm insecure about what I
So y'all know about football?
It was just a question.
know. But you know what I'm saying?
But my point is like, okay, I get OG, but how is Jen? I don't want her on my team. Like she can't.
Jen's on the bench serving water.
She's gonna
Maybe
have
towels.
lies. She's not ever gonna be in a fight ever.
Right. She's
Well,
gonna
that's
throw
why
it
she
to the
need
wrong
OG.
person, and then she's not
She's
gonna throw
J.R.
the ball
Smith.
to OG, and then be like, "Oh, exactly."
We're gonna lose the
Exactly.
finals because of her.
And then be like, "I
don't know what- I thought there was more time on the clock.
Cleveland. That is a sensitive topic.
Oh, get over it.
Well,
They
get your
lost.
boy.
They lost, and
Get
he's no
your
longer
boy.
on that team. He's here.
LeBron.
LeBron. Yeah.
I was like,
Not the
Oh, no, we
ponytail.
know JR was not invited.
Like, nah, he had to put his
no.
hair in a ponytail, y'all.
oh goodness. Well,
Who invited Tyler?
There's always next year. Y'all can go for it next year. 2018-19 is your year. Cleveland all the way. Boom.
sure. So
Are we putting Jen to rest? We're putting Jen to rest.
yeah,
she's
I'm
done.
putting her on ice.
I'm ready.
Until she gets that table thrown at her. I'm excited about that. I can't wait for that.
I don't want to see that. Because
Why
then
not?
I'm wondering who's going to come to her defense. Is Evelyn going to step up and say, not my friend?
No.
Nobody.
Aw.
Girl, you was okay right there.
You know, had to.
But you already see
Had to
Malaysia
serenade
starting to get riled up now. Like you said, you know what I mean? Like the way, and she did. And then was it Shawnee? Like Shawnee had her receipts.
That was
Like,
a
no,
real
Jen, this is what
classy
you
read.
said.
Mhm.
This, look here. This is what you said, Jen.
It's funny how everybody had the receipts but Jen. No, like
Exactly.
everybody in the group had receipts but
Everybody.
Jen. Like,
That's a good sign that somebody's lying.
Carolyn Ralph in the live chat got me cracking up.
What she
She said, Big Hip Tim ain't stalking her.
Carolyn, you know you're wrong, sis. Not the big hips. He is a little wide. He's a little wide, but it's
come
all
on,
right.
Jen might
Come on,
be
man.
jealous. That's a problem.
I need to be in the live chat. That live chat seems like it's popping over
Jen is
there.
jealous.
Not the hips. I'm done.
So y'all like men with big hips? That's what y'all saying?
A nice booty, but the hips don't need to match.
I'm waiting for him to cue the Jeopardy music. It tickled me. Oh my God.
Okay. All right. So, what predictions do we have for next week?
First of all, y'all, next episode seemed like it's getting spicy.
It's about time.
Spicy as in OG man finna pull out of all this relationship.
Listen.
Like he is not here for none of
yeah.
this.
He about to.
He said forever. Like they was on
Oh, yeah,
Skype.
he
He,
was
did
like-
one of these. You said
Like, whoa.
Wait,
Go ahead and do the
say that
freeze.
He said, say that again. Wait, you said was that forever?
forever.
Spell that.
I think OG run that relationship. She's
Run it where?
And the man in that relationship.
She runs it where?
I'm just saying.
She
'Cause
should've-
Because like when he said first, she's like, "Don't play with me." Like you know what
Yeah,
I.
but
You
he
heard what I
gonna play
said.
with her right on off into this.
She
other
look like
countries
she
she
don't
live
play. I
in.
could be in a relationship with her. She like she don't play.
I don't think
She
he's gonna
look
say
real
that. I
dominant.
don't think it's that thing. I don't think she has him like that because he's like we talked about at the dinner. Like he's kind of away. He's not there. He's not
ditzy.
present. Yeah,
He
in that
gives me airhead
relationship.
vibes.
Yeah.
Like, you all the way here?
So,
You all the way
You
here?
might
Like,
be right. You
where
might
you
be
at?
right.
Yeah, you know.
she should have pulled a Cardi and was like, yes, forever.
Forever.
Right?
Because he's not here for it.
Or Brooke Valentine and just say, we're engaged. I have the ring already.
He gonna run away. He gonna run away just like Marcus did. But anyway, yeah. So I'm predicting that OG and her man they're gonna be on Rocky. They're gonna be a little rocky.
Yeah, I'm predicting that I'm waiting to see this. I'm waiting to see Evelyn and Jen actually talk about the text message situation because they haven't. Them two haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah.
So but it looks like off camera they talked about it because Evelyn was not mad at all. So I'm waiting to see that happen on camera.
Yeah, we'll see.
What you got, Ty?
I don't know where to put my emotions. There's so many because it's like with the Evelyn Jen thing. I'm like, I keep thinking, would I be, if I was Evelyn, could we go back? Like I know that this happened when you were mad at me and whatever, but that wound is still a little fresh. So I don't know if OG. I really don't care. That whole situation, that storyline is boring. Now I will say, Kristen, her storyline is boring. So OG, Kristen
has no
and what's the girl?
storyline. She's like a tag along.
See, all three. Bye.
I told y'all last week's episode, I said that Shawnee probably told Kristen, get in where you fit in and make it work.
That's definitely
so. Every episode, we talking about Kristen.
True.
She's trying to get in.
Whether she ain't, that girl ain't got no storyline. I don't know what she doing.
You know what I'm
Every episode, we talking about her.
Does she have a job?
Who? Don't say that on air. She gonna check you.
Right. Not Cece. No, that was Cece. Cece said don't cut for her job or her degrees.
Who?
But Kristen. Is she a stay-at-home mom or?
I think she is.
I thought she was. I thought she was.
Oh, okay.
I'm more interested in Shawnee doing the weed store, that whole situation, and her
when
kids.
Is that happening? Yeah.
I'm more interested in that storyline than.
Did they have the episode where they were smoking?
Ain't that? I think I wonder if that's going to be in their
test.
trip. Huh?
They went to go test.
Oh, maybe that's coming up.
But that was in the store. But there's one that they were kind of like outside.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a little lunch.
Yeah,
it was all of them.
That's more interesting to me than the rest.
With the cast?
I think that's going to be on the trip.
Oh, okay. I can't wait for that trip. And I think, I'm wondering if Cece is going to possibly switch on Jennifer. Just because of everything that happened tonight, we're going to see the rest of the fallout next week's episode. And I feel like, because she kind of looked a little shook when everybody started talking, you know what I mean, and calling out Jen. So now I feel like she might backtrack and try and get off the Jennifer Island.
She might be a little tumbleweed flowing through, passing through.
Cece or Kristen?
Kristen.
Oh, Kristen.
I feel like that. I feel like Kristen is gonna possibly start to kind of back away from Jen, feeling like, okay, well, everyone is against her. I don't want them against me
she
as
said
well.
it several times in the episode, like, "Ooh, I'm your only friend."
She the only one out there rolling her boat to the island. Like.
Once again, though, at this part, Jackie, quiet. Jackie was not involved in the drama. I love this music. It's everything.
It's gonna be a regular.
I love Jackie.
Yeah, no, that's true. Jackie hasn't really been part of the drama, really.
She's had enough. She has had enough drama.
Just real quick, can we talk about how freaky Jackie is? Like, she's always got to have something sexual or like a naked body or something. Because the woman, why was the woman? Did you see her? She had the painted words on her
with a thong on.
And with a
I was
thong
wondering.
on.
I thought that was just a guest. I thought that was a guest. That's just like, who wears that to the city?
She was so out of place. Yeah, I was looking too like, who?
All I gotta say is, how long y'all been married? Never. Jackie know what she doing.
What that got to do with
Jackie
this?
know what she doing.
With my PSA on police brutality. What that got to do with it?
We don't need the extra butt cheeks.
Don't look at me like that, Tyler.
We all looking at you like,
We don't need that.
I'm just
now the other things that she does, I don't judge that because you're right. She been married 20 years in the game.
20 plus.
20 plus.
That had 20 plus weddings.
Hey, I guess you bring naked people to your PSA launch. I don't know.
20 plus weddings. The sad part, that's funny because it's true. That's what's funny. The 20 plus weddings.
But it's the key as well. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, I guess we'll see everything that's going to happen next week if our predictions come true.
Well, they shot the reunion today.
They did, so I'm excited about that.
I'm excited to hear about that.
I'm excited for that fashion. I'll talk about
I've seen one outfit so far.
Evelyn's.
Oh, yes.
We'll
that
show
was
next
Slayage.
week. We'll show them next week.
I can't wait.
Can we have an AfterBuzz reunion where y'all just have me in, even when the regular person comes, and I'll just sit out here in the peanut gallery?
Sure.
I'll bring a snack.
You always have a snack.
Make sure you guys check us out next week and check me out on Instagram and on Twitter at LMarie TV.
Yes, you guys can follow me on all social media platforms at IamJLamar, and you can also catch me Monday nights for the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes, I'm Kayla Renee. You can find me on IG at @the_Kayla Renee. You can find me on Thursdays for Snowfall and Grand Hustle.
And as always, you can follow me on all social media at the Tyler Tyson. Shut up.
And you guys can catch me on Wednesdays for Black and Crew Chicago. So I just want to throw that in there. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.